This is Dr.RED Panda.
Do you know the cause of Napoleon's death? Did he really die of stomach cancer, as the British claim? Or is there another hidden truth? Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Red Panda, and today we will explore the cause of Napoleon's death. The name of Napoleon struck fear into the hearts of monarchs across Europe during his time. As the Emperor of France, he was undoubtedly an exceptional ruler, known for his brilliant military achievements and legendary life. However, even the greatest generals faced defeat, and for Napoleon, it came at the Battle of Waterloo. This loss led to his capture by the British, and he was subsequently exiled to the island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. Not long after, he mysteriously passed away at the age of just 52, ending the life of this great hero. During the 6 months that Napoleon was exiled on the island, he began to notice unusual symptoms in his body. He mentioned at the time that it felt like he had gout, with severe swelling in his legs. He often felt cold and would shiver involuntarily, even under the sun. He also experienced headaches. From that point on, his health never improved. By early 1821, his condition had become quite weak, and he was bedridden. His health continued to deteriorate, with frequent vomiting and persistent weakness. He suspected that the British government was trying to harm him. Before he died, he told his doctor to thoroughly examine his body, meticulously analyze all the data, leave no stone unturned, and prepare an accurate report to be given to his son, Joseph. According to Napoleon's will, Antimarchy performed the autopsy on Napoleon's body. In addition to many officials present at the scene, 6 other doctors also participated in the autopsy and provided their conclusions. The 7 doctors proposed 4 different causes of death. The only commonality among these causes was the presence of ulceration between Napoleon's stomach and pylorus. The imperial physician, Antimarchy, believed it to be a cancerous ulcer, while several other doctors thought it was an ulcer caused by serous cancer. One of the doctors, Sautet, also discovered that Napoleon's liver was enlarged and ulcerated. However, the British official autopsy report denied this finding. Why was this the case? Napoleon, having been defeated, was exiled by the British to this harsh island, where he suddenly died within a few short years. This was enough to make the French people suspicious of Napoleon's cause of death. In the minds of the French people, Napoleon's prestige was too high, and the British authorities feared accusations of mistreating Napoleon. Hence, they attributed Napoleon's death to cancer. However, people did not accept the British official report and preferred to believe that Napoleon died due to the climate or poisoning. So, what exactly was the cause of Napoleon's death? There are several possible explanations for his demise. First possibility: Napoleon died of poisoning by assassination. In the 1950s, a Swedish dentist with a keen interest in biology and virology, Stig Stenfors, reignited the debate surrounding Napoleon's death. Stenfors's investigation focused on the memoirs of Louis Marchand, Napoleon's valet during his exile on St. Helena. Marchand's detailed accounts of Napoleon's final 4 months provided valuable insights into the emperor's deteriorating health. Stenfors's analysis of Marchand's memoirs, along with other historical evidence, led him to conclude that Napoleon was not a victim of stomach cancer, as the official autopsy had concluded. Instead, Stenfors proposed that Napoleon was intentionally poisoned with arsenic, likely over an extended period. While reading this memoir, the dentist made a startling discovery. The book described how Napoleon's teeth began to protrude at the end of his life. His legs became increasingly swollen, and he suffered from severe insomnia. With his many years of experience in virology research, the dentist believed these were symptoms of arsenic poisoning. This was a new concept for people of that era, so everyone just speculated. After all, medical technology was not as advanced. In Europe at that time, poisoning was a very common way to kill people. Because Napoleon's symptoms resembled those of certain diseases, it was difficult for people at the time to detect that he had been poisoned, and even autopsies could not find evidence of poisoning. Another important point is that the bodies of people who die from arsenic poisoning often decompose more slowly than ordinary corpses. When Napoleon's body was sent back to France, The dentist found that Napoleon's face was no different in death than it was in life, which further deepened the dentist's suspicions. So, this major secret that the dentist discovered kept him up all night. Despite his unwavering conviction, evidence was crucial to substantiate his claims. Exhumation presented an ideal solution, yet how could the French populace consent to the disturbance of their national icon? Fortunately, an alternative approach existed. Analyzing the deceased's hair could yield pertinent evidence. The dentist reached out to Napoleon's descendants, seeking their endorsement, but was met with a resounding rejection. As all avenues seemed to be closing, a breakthrough emerged. The dentist discovered that during Napoleon's era, the hair of esteemed figures was often bestowed upon others, and Napoleon himself had gifted his own locks to numerous individuals. After many twists and turns, the dentist finally found some hair that once belonged to Napoleon and excitedly took it for research. He got to work as soon as he reached the lab and found that the arsenic content in each gram of Napoleon's hair was 13 times that of ordinary people. He believed that Napoleon must have died of arsenic poisoning. However, this was just one example and not very convincing, so he analyzed Napoleon's other hair again. After hundreds of experiments, he was completely sure that Napoleon died of arsenic poisoning, and this statement had a huge impact on the outside world. Starting from Napoleon's exile, although he was exiled at that time, the French royalists and the British government wanted him to disappear from the world as soon as possible, but no one dared to harm him openly. In order to prevent Napoleon from making a comeback, the British spent a lot of money to send many soldiers to track him every year, just to restrict his whereabouts, not to hurt him. If it must be said that poison was added to his daily diet, then only those who were very close to him could do it. However, the people in charge of his daily life and diet were all people he had chosen himself, and they did not seem to have the conditions to kill him. Later, the dentist believed that two people might have murdered Napoleon. One was the Chamberlain Marchand, and the other was the Count of Montholon, who was in charge of the diet. However, Marchand had always been loyal to Napoleon and had no motive to kill him. On the contrary, Montholon was highly suspicious, because his wife had a different relationship with Napoleon, but he didn't seem to care about it. He was in charge of the keys to the beverage and wine warehouses on the island, so he had the opportunity to poison. Second possibility: Napoleon died from poisoning, but it was accidental. In 1991, a paper titled The Murder of St. Helena was published, stating that Napoleon's death was caused by arsenic, which was found in his drinks and wine. The paper explicitly named Count de Montholon as the murderer. After its publication, many people cast doubt on this claim, believing it lacked crucial evidence. As early as 1982, a British chemist had pointed out that while Napoleon did indeed die of arsenic poisoning, the culprit was actually the wallpaper in his residence. During the 19th century, arsenic compounds were commonly used as pigments in wallpaper, and Napoleon's residence featured such wallpaper. The humid environment of St. Helena further accelerated the release of arsenic compounds. It is said that not only Napoleon but also many others who lived in the house exhibited signs of poisoning. Third possibility: Napoleon died of a tropical disease. Some believe that Napoleon did not die of cancer, but rather contracted a tropical disease during his early campaigns in Egypt or Syria. The harsh conditions of his exile on St. Helena Island then exacerbated this tropical illness, ultimately leading to his death. Fourth possibility: Napoleon died of cancer. This viewpoint precisely corroborates the previous statement by the British authorities. Cutting-edge medical breakthroughs have shed light on the true cause of Napoleon's demise. The relentless proliferation of Helicobacter pylori, a pernicious bacterium, triggered the development of severe stomach ulcers that eventually morphed into stomach cancer, claiming the life of the French emperor. At the time, the pathogenic mechanisms of Helicobacter pylori in the gastrointestinal tract remained a mystery, leaving doctors baffled by the underlying cause of Napoleon's affliction. It wasn't until the 1980s that Australian physicians Barry Marshall and Robin Warren unraveled the enigma, earning them the 2005 Nobel Prize in Medicine for their groundbreaking discovery. Researchers have delved into crucial pathological autopsy records, including the on-site autopsy from Napoleon's demise in May 1821, the re-autopsy report from his exhumation in 1840, memoirs of Napoleon's personal physicians, and his family medical history. One fact is indisputable. Napoleon's father also succumbed to stomach cancer. Supporting evidence for Napoleon's death from stomach cancer lies in his significant weight loss of tens of kilograms during the last 6 months of his life. Napoleon's diet, primarily consisting of salted beef due to his extensive military campaigns, lacked essential vegetables and fruits, undoubtedly increasing his risk of developing stomach cancer. The preserved pathological autopsy reports from that era provide clear and detailed information, enabling doctors to make direct comparisons with modern typical cases and pathological images of gastric ulcers and stomach cancer, ultimately confirming Napoleon's death from stomach cancer. As a towering figure in French history, Napoleon's life has undoubtedly been in the spotlight, with the cause of his death at the age of 52, considered young, sparking an ongoing quest for the truth. Have we finally uncovered the truth behind Napoleon's demise? And that's a wrap for this episode of the video. I'm DR.RED Panda. If any of you have your own perspectives, or if you think there are any errors in the video, feel free to leave a comment in the discussion section. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Until next time, take care.